Hi guys, welcome back again to my channel guys. So in today's video I'm back again with another interesting tutorial. So I'm going to be showing us how to create a butt lift for your client. Okay, as a designer you are less curvy, you should apply this method, or if you have a client that is less curvy, you should always apply this method to give your client like a butt lift, to give them like a rounded butt. Okay, it can also be called a bump illusion technique. Okay, you are just going to make that bump area to protrude a little bit. Okay, that is the technique I'm going to be showing us here today. So with me here I have my basic dress and I also have a basic skirt. I'm just going to be using basic skirt and dress to illustrate this pattern to us. I would have been able to use just the dress, but I don't want some people to start asking me what would they do if they want to do it for a skirt. It's all the same way guys, it's all the same method, there's no difference, all the same method. As far as you are making a fitted dress, this is done for a fitted garment. It's either you're making it for a fitted skirt, a fitted dress, any kind of skirt, not just basic skirt, A-line, 6-piece, mermaid, any kind of skirt, name it. This can be done for any kind of design that you are trying to create, as far as that design already has a hip line and is already below your hip. Okay, you need to create the bump illusion for the client or for yourself if you are less curvy. But it can also be done for people that are a bit curvy though. It can also be done, but this makes more sense for less curvy people. But this can also be done for people that are curvy. Don't get me wrong guys, this can also be done. Like me, I'm a bit curvy, I do it for myself as well, just to give that place like a fitted shape. Okay, so but less curvy people, they appreciate this a lot guys. They appreciate when you make their dress for them and they look in the mirror and they are always very happy. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to be doing here, I'm going to be working with my basic dress, and as you can see, this is my side back and this is my center. Okay, this is my center back. Okay, so everything we are going to be doing here today is going to be done at the center back area, which is where our zip allowance is supposed to come in. So the first thing I want to do here, I'm going to come to my hip line. Okay, this is my hip line, this is my waistline, and this is my hem. Okay, I hope you guys can see what I'm doing. Let me check. Okay, this is the hem of the dress, this is the hip line, and this is the waist line. Okay, so the first thing you want to do, you want to come to the hem of your dress. You want to go in by 1 inch at the hem of your dress. You want to take 1 inch at the hem of your dress. Okay, so you want to come to your waistline, your natural waist. You want to take 0.5 inch there. Okay, good. 0.5 inch at your natural waist, 1 inch at your hem. So you are going to connect from the hem line to your hip line. Okay, my marker pen. So from my hip line again, I'm going to connect also to the 0.5 inch I took on my natural waist. Can you see guys? So from my natural waist, I'm just going to connect this all the way up. Like so. Okay, can you see what I've done here? So this is a bump illusion technique. Okay, so I took 1 inch from my hem, I connected it to meet my hip. I went in by 0.5 inch at my natural waist, then I connected it all the way to my neck line. Okay, so I'm just going to cut this out so that you guys can see what I've done here. We are not done yet. Can you see? Can you see that my zip allowance area is also now having like a hip shape? Okay, can you see that place is going out already? It's protruding already. I already have a space there. So this is the dart that I took out. And let me also explain something to you. This also works perfectly for a zip budge technique. Okay, if you are looking forward to do a zip budge, once you do it exactly like this, you also already have your zip budge technique. Your zip also can never gape. So the last thing I'm going to be doing here is to slash through my hip line. Okay, I'm going to slash through my hip line all the way like so. So I'll pick another paper. I'll just use a contrasting paper. I'll pick it up and I'll place it here. I'm going to be lifting this my butt area by 1 inch. Okay, can you see? I'll place them both together like so. I'll take my self-tape, I'll pin it down. I'm going to be lifting it by 1 inch. 1 inch is just fine, it's perfect. Don't always do more than 1 inch. So I'm taping the lower part down, okay, because I'm not going to be lifting that part. I'm only going to be lifting the upper part. Can you see? So I'm going to lift this upper part by 1 inch. Okay, good. I have my 1 inch there. Then I'm going to tape that down. Okay, so I'm just going to cut this out. So this is exactly what you do when you want to give your client a butt lift, guys. Okay, I just lifted the butt with 0.5 inch. This is to create more room around the butt area, okay, to lift up that butt, to give it like a rounded shape, like a false bum bum, or you can also call it a bum illusion technique. Okay guys, we have just succeeded in giving this basic dress a bum illusion technique, guys. So if you have more questions, any question whatsoever, feel free to ask any questions that you have. You can ask me any questions. I will be glad to answer you. Like I said, this is done for fitted dresses. Any kind of fitted dress that you have, you can do this for it. So I'll keep the dress aside. So the next thing you need to do is to add your zip allowance when you are cutting on your fabric. There's no zip allowance here. So now I've come to the skirt. This is my hip line, and as you can already see, this already has a zip allowance, and this is my center. This is my side skirt. This is my center, obviously, because of the zip allowance. That's my center, it's obvious. So I'm just going to take my marker pen. I want to connect my hip line out there like so that you guys can see. So the next thing I'm also going to be doing here, I'm also going to come to the hem of my skirt. Okay, I'm just using a really short skirt to illustrate. This can be done for a long skirt. So I'm going to come to the hem of my skirt. From the zip allowance line, I'm taking away 1 inch. Okay, so I'll come to the up of my skirt. Okay, I'm going to be taking away 0.5 inch, which is my waist. Okay, you always take 0.5 inch away from your waist. Okay, so let me use another color marker pen so that you guys can see. Then I'm just going to connect all of that like so. So from the hem 1 inch up to the waist ½ inch. So I connected them to meet my zip. I connected them to meet my hip line like so. Okay, so the next thing that you are going to be doing, now that my pattern already has a zip allowance, simple. All you just need to do in this case now is to start marking out your zip. Is to start marking your, so remember we have 1 inch here, so I'm going to now start marking from that line out. Okay, I'm going to now start marking my 1 inch from this new line which I created. I'm going to mark out for my zip allowance. Okay, do you guys understand? The zip allowance I intend to use either is 1 inch or it's 2 inch or 1.5, whatever the case may be. So you're going to start marking out your zip allowance like so. So from here now I'm going to mark my zip allowance 1.5 inch. Okay, I'm marking out from this new line which I created, which I came in by into my skirt, 1.5 inch. I'm just going to keep flowing along that line, 1.5 inch. I'm going to keep flowing along that line, 1.5 inch. Keep flowing along that line, 1.5 inch, then 1.5 inch. Okay, so I'll keep flowing along the line, 1.5 inch, 1.5 inch, 1.5 inch, 1.5 inch. Can you see, guys? So I'll connect those lines together. Okay, so if your zip allowance is intended to be 1 inch or 2 inch, whatever the case may be, you are going to start marking that out from the new line. So I'll connect. Okay, can you see? So I've connected out all my lines like so. So I'm going to now be cutting on the other line that is outside. Okay, I'm going to now be cutting on the second line. So I'll cut, 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 cut. Perfect. So this is what I have. You see that I already have like a rounded bolt around there. Okay, you see what I have, but this is not going to be my sewing allowance line. The distance between here and here now is 1.5 because that's what I intend. So the next thing I'll do, I'm going to flip this over like so you guys can see. I'll also cut through. I'll also cut through my hip line, and I'm going to be placing a contrasting paper there. So I'm going to take this down. So I'm going to lift it by 1 inch. So I'm going to lift the butt by 1 inch, 1 inch. Good. So this is very easy, guys. This is very easy, guys. So as you can see, I've already illustrated to you guys what to do for zip allowance and what to do when you don't have a zip allowance yet, because like me, most times I like to just draft out my pattern without allowances, or even zip allowance rather than when I'm cutting on my fabric, that is when I add my zip allowance to it. Okay, so guys, always try as much as possible to apply this method to any fitted garment that you are making, either for a less curvy client or for a client that is curvy. Okay, this is just to, like, you are picking the butt, you are giving it a more rounded shape, like a more lift, you are giving it like a butt lift. Okay, so guys, I hope you guys understand what we have done here so far. So if you have any more questions, feel free to ask me your questions in the comment section, and I'll be glad to answer every of your questions. And like I said, don't do more than 1 inch. Okay, you can also do 1.5, but sometimes it becomes too obvious. It starts to give you a lot of issues when you are joining. Okay, and mind you, and another thing you need to also bear in mind is that your hip side and your zip allowance, you can see they're almost now looking like the same. Okay, your zip allowance area, your center back and your side back, if you watch closely, you can see that they are looking the same. You also have to be mindful of that. You have to notch to know which side is your center. Okay, you can see this one, they are looking like they are the same. This one, the same thing too. You see there's a protruding part here, and here is also protruding, so you have to notch so that you know which side is your side seam and which side is your center seam. So I'll probably be seeing you guys. Please guys, if you enjoy watching this tutorial, please give it a thumbs up, and I'll probably be seeing you guys in my next video. Bye.